Got a special treat for you guys today. So I'm in the happiest place on earth. That would be a tropical nursery in Los Angeles. Specifically, this is the Mimosa Nursery. They have several locations, but this is the one that's in Montebello, which is a suburb of Los Angeles. Wanted to show you some of the stuff that they've got here. I mean, the number one question that I get asked is where I get all my tropicals from. Almost all my tropicals come from this area right here. Unfortunately, in the Central Valley, there just is, besides your local big box stores, which may carry some tropicals, there's just no tropical nurseries nearby. But anyhow, Los Angeles, just because of the milder climate that they've got, they're able to grow a lot of tropicals here. So just wanted to show you some of the trees that they have here. Most of the trees that they have here come from Florida, but at this time there's a lot of inventory, surprisingly. So they've got some jackfruits here. These are actually, I take it back, this is a cashew, but there's a bunch of jackfruits here. One note about the jackfruit trees, get the smaller ones. I mean, this is a 7-gallon. One nice thing about Mimosa that I like is the prices are right there in the container, so you kind of have a budget in mind when you look at the prices. But yeah, again, going back to the jackfruit, get the smaller ones. In fact, this really applies to most tropicals. Get the smaller ones. Most tropicals grow really big, and the smaller ones, if they're able to make it the next year, they acclimate a lot easier than if you were to get the larger ones. Almost all of the trees here are either grafted or air layered, which would mean they are slightly harder to acclimate to our valley. So jackfruits, cashews, Santal, of course, another fast growing tree. Santal, you're going to want to heavily shelter when it comes to winter. And of course, Inga, just get the smallest one if you can, because these guys grow really quick. Wax jambus, of course. Thai jumbo, it's a big old 15-gallon, also grows really quick. Another tree that you'll want to heavily shelter in the wintertime. Low quads, no problem at all with our climate. I want to say these are probably big gems. Yep, big gems. Anonas, these are, I'm not sure if it's a Chermoya or a Chermoya. El Bampo, that's a Chermoya for sure. Yeah, Mimosa is really the place where I get most of my anonas from. Yeah, I mean, $95 for a 7-gallon. This one is a Pierce Chermoya. More anonas. I'm telling you, this is heaven. El Bampo. The prices are determined mostly by the size of the containers. So yeah, strawberry trees. It's sad. You could tell a tree just by looking at the foliage. Tamarinds. There's two types. I usually when it's sweet they'll point it out. This doesn't say it, so it's very likely the sour variety. Of course, Patenga tuba, black sapote, awesome looking. $85 for a 3-gallon. Achachas. Yeah, achachas. You are gonna still wanna heavily shade them during the summertime. I mean, this is in Los Angeles, and it's getting some sunburn. And if you've noticed, we're underneath I would guess that's probably maybe a 30% shade cloth. But just one note, when you buy a tree from a nursery, try to make note of where they've got the trees position. If it's underneath a shade, when you take it home, you're going to want to leave it in the shade for a few weeks. Whereas if it's out in the sun, they are most likely going to be okay. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to just shade them up just for a few days. Yellow cacao, chocolate. If you want a chocolate tree, here it is. Yeah, with me specifically, I try to avoid the trees that produces fruits where I have to process. That includes chocolate and also breadfruit trees. I just want to be able to pick it up and eat it right there on the spot. Moloquads, Gumachil, just like the Ingas, Gumachils, get the smallest one because these guys grow really big. I want to say this is looks to be a sapote of some sort. Yeah, it's a subel actually. So, yeah, a lot of subel sapotes, white sapotes. Don't know what this is. I think this might be an olive. No, it's not. It's a pineapple guava. This looks to be a Sonam cherry. I don't see the label, but I'm pretty sure that's a Sonam cherry. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, I'm right. Sonam cherry. Yeah. More jackfruits. Balimpi if you want. Big old cacaos. These are good size achachas. Actually, let me see what this guy is. I have no idea what this is. Never seen it before. Might have to give it a try. And then they've got the mangoes here of all varieties. Malika. I'm not sure what HL is. I'm thinking it might be a Hayden, but yeah. Yeah, Malika is native to India, really sweet. Lychees, of course. This one is a Mauritius variety. Wow. Kiwi mango. That is a 20-gallon. Glen. Yeah, again, with mangoes too, unless you're gonna leave it in a container, just get the smaller ones. They will have a slightly better chance at acclimating to our environment, provided that you somewhat protect them for the first year. Yeah, the problem with most of our tropicals that originate from Florida is specific to the mangoes anyway. They are pretty prone to fungal issues. Many of my mangoes have succumbed to anthracnose. Star fruits, Carambola. Another tree that you want to get the smaller ones just because these grow really quick. And you could tell the size difference, where the price difference is. These are 15 gallons. June plum. Guavas. Not sure variety. These might be Thai. Papayas. Yeah, generally the more rarer the fruit, I mean the plant, the more pricier it is. Sugar apple, these are of course the green variety, the most common of the Anonas. And of course, miracle berries. Yeah, miracle berries, I'm indifferent to the size of it. I mean, you know, the larger ones are obviously a bit more productive, but the small ones are also, you know, they can be productive, but they are a bit weak when it comes to smaller ones. So weak as in weak against the our climate. Yeah, there's just so much here. Actually, I want to show you. I mean, again, this is really my place to come to when it comes to Anonas. African Pride Chermoya. More Anonas. Yep. Yeah, again, just Anonas. I mean, you're gonna have to hand pollinate. So I have a thing with this one, Vietnamese Chermoya. Again, there is no such thing as a Vietnamese Chermoya. It's very likely a Dr. White, unless it's a new marketing term. I've seen these around. But you know what, let me take you to the longans and the lychee areas. I mean, if you've noticed, even though these are mangoes which can take full sun, they have them in the shade just to give them some extra protection against the heat. Just even though this is Los Angeles, their heat is going to be totally different than the heat that's in Florida. Lychees. Oh yeah. Longans. These are BQ, Brewster Lychees. Yeah, longans and lychees, they can take the heat without any problems. Though too much heat, you know, they do show signs of sun damage, but in this case, all you do is just really just increase the water. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I like the fact that the price is right there on the containers. Guavas. You really can't go wrong with a guava. Tropical white. Notice there's one type of tropical that is missing, and that would be citrus. They don't have any citrus in the Los Angeles region. From what I'm told, they actually have them banned here in the Los Angeles region, just with some of the pest issues that we've been having. So that's one thing that I guess we have going on for us, is in Central Valley, you know, you can just go pick up a citrus tree easily. Not here. Pickling Mango. Awesome foliage here. Manila. I'm telling you, if you want a mango, get the Manila one. World's sweetest mango, and also does really, really well in the Central Valley. Might have to pick up a few for myself as well. But yeah, Malicas, from experience, these are slightly harder to grow, but you know, you could try it. Glen. Yeah, this is also, in addition to Anonas, this is also, they have a very good selection of mangoes. Alfonso. Big old clump of cacao trees back there. Yeah, this is, wow, that I have no idea what variety that is. I've not seen this variety before. Awesome looking mango though. Almost looks like an ice cream mango. Oh, well, here's an ice cream mango, speaking of which. Massive 25-gallon. You're gonna have to so just one note, when you see these trees, if you're gonna get a big one like this, you're gonna want to get a trailer of some sort. You don't want to put it in the back of your truck. By the time you get to your home, all the leaves will be gone and the trees probably gonna not make it. So you always, if able to, put it in an enclosed environment, a trailer, for example. Sapodilla. This is a Molix. I want to say this is a Chico, if I'm not mistaken. Pram Kai mango. Yeah, it's just it's like every time I come here, it's like going to Disneyland. Valencia Pride mangoes. Yeah, it's tropicals. They're not going to be cheap. Just you know, get a loan and then come here, get your selection. More guavas. On this side, this is where they have mostly deciduous trees. We're talking apples, pears, pomegranates, etc. Which is why it's in full sun. But everything else here, if you've noticed, it's mostly in the shade. So anyhow, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to kind of show you, you know, some of the inventories that they have. In the past, the inventory was actually a lot better than this. It's just due to the pandemic, much of the wholesalers in Florida, they've essentially shut down last year. So that's why, you know, you don't see a whole lot of inventory. But this isn't so bad. I mean, how many selections of Glen mangoes can you possibly have? I mean, this whole area is Glen mango, and then this whole area is Malika. I mean, so just a couple of notes. Get the trees that are small, which would mean they tend to be slightly less expensive. And the reason for that is the trees will grow quick, which is, there are also exceptions to this rule. Lychees, most of the sapodillas, sapotes, and also longans, those, and also miracle-berries, those tend to grow really slowly. But the other tropicals, they grow really quick. So aim for the smaller containers, which allows you to buy more than one. You know, I know not everyone's got a big SUV or wants to rent a trailer, but yeah, get the smaller ones. Make note of where they have it in here. I mean, again, this is in underneath the shade, so that's the environment you want to provide it for the first couple of weeks until that tree gets acclimated. So, and of course, when you are transporting this, put it in an enclosed environment, in a trailer or in your SUV. I would advise you putting it in the back of your truck, unless you're able to somehow cover it up. I mean, unless you live nearby Los Angeles. But for us in the Central Valley, I mean, we're talking a good 3-4 hour drive to come here. And then, you know, once you get home, first thing you want to do is, number one, go use the restroom, come out, take out the trees, and then immediately water them, okay? Because what happens is when you're transporting these in the car, due to the vibration of the road, much of the soil is going to be disturbed. So you want to water it right there once you have them upright. So anyhow, I'm going to go grab a cart and get some more tropicals. All right, have a good afternoon.